Hello, this is Sam Simon, also known as Dementia Man, with my video podcast for the week of December 9th, 2024. This week and the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking to you about a vision for the future and asking for your support, offering you the opportunity to become a producer of theater. For those of you who already are producers, to maybe stay involved, up your support if possible. Um, and I want to talk to you a little bit now about how I see the coming year. First of all, I want to say I had to decide affirmatively, should I even try? I do have Alzheimer's disease. I have um, a neurocognitive disease. My progress with this disease is fairly steady. I'm moderately cognitively impaired. We had to make some relatively large life changes. I can talk about some of them. When I was first diagnosed, and I'm I am continuing to be affected. I don't quite have the language. You can see me struggling a little bit to talk about how I feel it progressing. I hate the word progressing, degressing. Um, but I know. You say you listen to me. I'm doing a play. I'm have it. Yes, I do have it, and yes, it is slowly progressing, getting a bit worse. But I think I can continue doing it. Adaptation of of my theatrical skills. That is, holding the script in my hand, having Susan as my cognitive navigator in front of me on stage so I can, if I get confused or lost, I can be corrected. I rehearse and practice over and over again. So even though I can't memorize it, it's familiar enough that I can um, deliver it in theatrical mode. I'm not really reading it. And I get wonderful, wonderful feedback. You'll see some of that if you go to the website. Uh, so I want to continue doing it next year. It's really important. I've learned that I've been able to write something and present it that speaks to millions and millions of people in the country who have a neurocognitive disorder. I'm also an advocate for changes designed to enable our full inclusion in society. As much as we've done that for people with significant physical disorders, I was in the disability movement early enough in the 80s and 90s um, to see how so many things we take for granted today were at one time unimaginable, that we could let people with MS or um, cerebral palsy work and be productive and be fully included in our society. The World Institute on Disability, where I was on the board for 15 years, to work there, you had to have a significant disability. And people were not just in wheelchairs, some of them that were on oxygen. There were people who were blind and deaf, and they were fully included, and they had a huge impact uh, on, as an advocacy organization, opening up well, their biggest goal was to do the research and advocacy to allow independent living. People with so these disabilities were not going to be institutionalized. And often they needed aids, sometimes they didn't, um, but they could be accommodated. They could work at home if need be. Um, and I have been blessed with the ability to see what might have been unimaginable even earlier. And so I do know that to so many people, it would be unimaginable that somebody with Alzheimer's and maybe even moderate Alzheimer's could still be accommodated to live independently or safely in society, maybe even be on boards or working places, be part of things that made their life meaningful and let them contribute to making the world a better place. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I do it through theater and through the arts. So what I've done is I acknowledge those who make tax deductible donations um, on the website, on our programs, so that everybody sees your name and lets you be seen and acknowledged. And also, if if you want to attend any performance, your ticket's already paid for. Um, so go to the website, www.dementiaman, and hit donate, and you'll see the list of those who've given in the past. Last year, I never take your name on, but you can move up the scale based on the amount you give, and you can continue to be listed, and you'll always be listed. Give once, you'll always there. I continue to need more. And just briefly, so just so you know, um, that this is not volunteer work. I'm creating art and materials, intellectual property, and it is done as a nonprofit organization. I'm not nonprofit, but I have a fiscal sponsor called Fractured Atlas, and it's all tax deductible. If you give the Fractured Atlas, market for the actual dance or Dementia Man. Um, I operated under the Actual Dance LLC. That was my first play. That was when I was caregiving to my wife, who is fine. That was my first work. The Actual Dance is the ritual of caregiving for somebody with a terminal diagnosis. Um, and in fact, for all those who give $100 or more, I will send you a signed free book of that play called The Axel Dance Love's Ultimate Journey Through Breast Cancer. And I was the care partner, I was the caregiver. And Susan went, well, as Susan was being treated for my wife, she was being treated for breast cancer. The doctors pulled me aside, got grim faces and said, "Get ready, Sam. We think we found a post-mastectomy. Well, we have found a post-mastectomy lump, and we don't think she's going to survive." And she did. The lump turned out to be a benign cyst, but her two doctors, big, very well known in our community for the practice for 20 years, they each said they had never seen it before. At any rate, The Actual Dance, Love's Ultimate Journey Through Breast Cancer, the book signed for you. It's really the care partner book. This play is about the patient's point of view, terminal diagnosis. How do I find meaning and purpose in life through uh, that diagnosis of a disease that is totally misunderstood? It is totally seen as uh, creating a less than human character who becomes something else, someone else. That may be true, but I'm always me. And I'm always a, um, a human being. And that's why I hate the word. That's funny, right? I hate the word dementia, but that's part of my play. Well, that's a word we use today. There's a big campaign, and we'll talk about that. And you'll learn how to be part of the advocacy movement that is um, a supporter, as a um, uh, producer. We're going to be having our own separate Zoom meetings and hopefully a separate page on the website where I can help bring you into some of the advocacy work to enable those of us with the disease and in your community with the disease to live more meaningful lives. One of the first things is when you get, well, as a producer, you will have seen first, first it'll be on the webpage now, the new play called Dementia, Living Well, um, in which Susan and I are featured. It was produced by Virginia Public Media. And my first task for you, whether you donate or not, is to go and take a look at it. You can see it online just by Googling Virginia Public Media, Dementia Living Well, and it'll pop up. And but we'll send you the link when you donate. Um, and it, enjoy it. And I invite you to do that and to go look at the 54th minute, about 15 seconds into the 54th minute, and to listen to that interview of Susan and I. And in that, I hope it inspires you for someone to see someone faced with a terminal disease that believes that I believe, how we believe that we can live a life of meaning and make a difference uh, in in this journey. So please um, add Dementia Man, an existential journey to your tax deductible giving on the website, dementiaman.com, donate. You get a click, it'll take you to Fractured Atlas, and Fractured Atlas will show you how to give to Dementia Man, and it's tax deductible. So there you go. Hope you get to watch um, the Dementia and Living Well Public Television, Virginia Public Media, uh, Dementia and Living Well. Look at it and encourage your local station to carry that. All right. Thank you. And looking forward to hearing from you. And have a great uh, week. And we'll try to provide some more detailed or interesting entertainment in next week's blog. All right. Bye bye.